Dear learners, after going through the various OER platforms and the learning management systems, let us move to creating OER. How to create the OER? Before moving to how to create OER, the first question comes in our mind: what is required for creating OER? What are the requirements? First requirement: desire to share. Yeah, the most important factor is desire to share. The second is tools like directories, platforms, and learning management systems. Then content and digital content creators are needed. And lastly, the implementation resources, that licensing model which enables us to share. We can see the major parameters or major requirements for OER creation in this conceptual map: tools, content, and implementation resources. Moving to the desire, we need to ask some questions from ourselves. Ask yourself, do you want to be updated in your field? Do you want to be global? Do you want to attract collaborators? Do you want to be recognized in your field? Do you want to share your knowledge? Does it motivate you? And ultimately, do you want to share? If yes, then go through for the OER. First thing is desire. You must be having the desire to share. Now moving to the tools. Tools like open platforms and learning management system we have discussed earlier before this section, in the previous module and in this module also. So choose the most suitable one for you. You can choose any platform like Creative Commons, OER Commons, SlideShare, Moodle, LinkedIn, RG, ResearchGate, YouTube, Facebook page, own institutional repository, governmental repositories, and Government of India's major educational digital initiative, SWAYAM MOOCs. So it's on you. However, in MOOCs, students cannot contribute. Student can go through the other platforms like YouTube, SlideShare, OER Commons. They can go. But faculty members should come ahead, should plan SWAYAM MOOCs. We will be discussing this in short in later section. For SWAYAM MOOCs experience, faculty members and researchers can contribute. Certain guidelines are there, certain minimum eligibility criteria is there. You can go through the UGC MOOCs website or CEC website for tertiary education and plan your MOOCs. We will be, in concise way, we will be discussing this section also. We will be addressing this thing. Now moving to the content. Content is very important aspect. Content should be factually correct. The utmost important criteria, utmost important requirement. Then it should have good quality, obviously, because it is available in the text. If the person is seeing or referring an OER, it must be of good quality. It must be plagiarism free. You must take care of copyright issue. You cannot go and just copy paste. The next thing is the content should be easy to follow and understand. Same thing. It must be easy to follow and reader friendliness must be there. Because in text it is already there. What is the need? The need is A person wants easy to follow things. A learner wants easy to follow and easy to understand things. The next point is cohesion and coherence. The content must be flowing like a fountain, flowing like a river. The next point is cohesion and coherence. Cohesion we studied, it is about the grammatical aspect. Coherence is about the idea level cohesion. That systematic flow must be there. After that, the content must be concise for each topic and subtopic. And the last but not the least point is it must be engaging. It should have the feature of engaging the learner. Then and only then it will solve its purpose of its creation. So dear learners, let me summarize this module for you. We learned about OER platforms like Wikipedia, Moodle, SlideShare, edX, Semka, and then we move to the creating OERs. Out of the platforms, plan content for any of the platform, register there and upload it and share with your friends, as we discussed in the earlier section also. The contents must be factually correct and your presentation must be good. We will be discussing other aspects in the next module with respect to the developing OERs.